What's up there, AfterBuzzers? Welcome to the AfterBuzz Anime Show. We're talking about My Hero Academia episodes 1 through 4. Do you have a quirk or not? I don't know. It's like complicated, and maybe you can get powers from other people? What? Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
True.
What's up? Woo!
Yay!
Welcome to AfterBuzz Animation Channel, and we're doing My Hero Academia now, episodes 1 through 4. We got a nice, pretty box here
Wow.
by Japan Crate, and we'll tell you all about it later. My name is Kari Lane. I'm joined by my amazing panel.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alexis Torres. Oh, God, so excited to talk about this anime. Okay, sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Hey, guys, it's Jaimie Gray.
Hey guys, I'm Oliver Drennan.
And we do have a live chat going. Jaimie's on that. So
Hey,
if you're watching
guys,
this
hey.
live, welcome. And if you're watching it later, please comment down below. And so yeah, we're gonna break down the episodes. We later are our special segment today is we're talking about, that's our news. We're gonna talk about Anime Expo, the Japan Crate. We'll do a little bit of unboxing and tell you more about that. And we are gonna give you our word of the day. So we'll break it down. Episode 1, Izuku Midoriya Origin. And it's like, that's his name, Izuku Midoriya. Which, actually, wait, first initial thoughts of these first 4. 2 of the people on the panel are a little bit further along. But that's okay. What do you think rewatching it?
It was nice rewatching the first 4 episodes because it's been a hot minute.
Okay.
So it was kind of nice. I forgot a lot of stuff, so I'm really glad that we're rewatching it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys all think since this is like the hot thing right now is My Hero.
So
Yes,
right now.
we were at
Yeah.
Anime Expo. This was probably the most popular title via cosplay,
Yep.
ads, events,
Yeah.
everything.
Everything. literally.
Jaimie,
It was-
you hopped on this bandwagon. real
Yes.
quick.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I had already started watching My Hero Academia before, but then of course I was like, let me get back into it, of course, because of our anime panel. And I love that we do this because it makes me more into the characters
Yeah.
and things that I did not pick up before. So I love it. Like I see why people like it, but the first 4 episodes start off a little slow. So we'll kind of climax in a way. Sorry.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
actually-
No, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's how we roll here.
Yeah.
And now Ollie.
Yeah, I've never seen this show ever. I'm just from the 90s. Like that's my genre of anime for sure. But I think like I need to also keep in mind of what's relevant today, and this is highly, highly relevant as you guys have talked about on Anime Expo. So I can't even imagine like what the cosplay is, like how amazing they looked.
The hair.
But yeah, I definitely agree that this was slow, but I think it's okay. Like I'm not gonna be mad because I think it's really building up the lore behind My Hero Academia and all the quirks. I really enjoy seeing all the different quirks and how good some of the quirks are and
Right.
how bad some of them are.
Which
Wait,
I
are
like. It's super cool.
Are we still doing Full Metal Alchemist? Because this is exactly what Oliver said at the beginning of Full Metal.
Hi, Tony.
I'm a skeptic.
Put 'em on blast.
Thank you very much. So that's my brand, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you very much.
I like it.
Did you feel
We
like
can't all like absolutely love a show like to
That's
begin
true.
with.
I can't watch
So-
all types of anime, but I know you said you're like 90s, which I am too. Do you feel like the characters are like too glossy looking? Because sometimes the new anime
It's
is too
hard,
glossy.
isn't
Here,
it?
it's funny that you say that because I feel
Like,
like
you're too
this
bright.
the style here seems a little vintage a little bit to me.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing I took away since I'm fully caught up to the current season as of right now. I think it's the one thing that I can take away from it is that it does remind me of old anime. Like if this anime came out in the 90s, I feel like it would be be my Full Metal Alchemist, if that makes sense. And it will get there. And I feel like it's kind of on the same wavelength as like Inuyasha, where it was really slow in the beginning, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, whirlwind of story. And so there's that. And Sailor Moon was also kind of slow in the beginning, is like at a snail's pace when it's like old and on a walker. Like it's like slow. So I feel like it will give it its build up, and it's definitely building up some crazy story, which I'm hoping that you'll love. There's definitely a lot of female characters that you're going to be introduced to that will be like oh my god. But yeah, the first season's it's gonna be a crawl.
Yes, I did take some pictures of cosplayers, and Tony, I just sent those to you. So yeah, my initial thoughts, I watched 1 episode before Anime Expo because I was like, all right, let's see this big thing that everybody's talking about. I didn't have a lot of time to get into it more beforehand, and I was like, it's aight. And then I went back and I watched 1 through 4, and in the beginning I still was like, okay. All right, so throw it over. I saw some awesome cosplayers at the Funimation My Hero Academia after party. So these are I don't have their names. I was just like, can I take a picture of your cosplay? So I love that they did a gender bend on the characters.
I love that.
Yeah, which you'll get more into. Yeah.
Yes,
And
so-
we got to do the was it Crunchyroll HQ?
Yes,
My
they
Hero
had
Host
Club.
Cafe.
Yeah.
Host Club.
It was like
yeah.
a host club, and we do have video of that, which we'll tell you all about that later too. All right, so actually, wait, can we do that other picture as well, real quick? This is kind of a goofy one of. The next one that's coming up is me and Katie, who's another host here. So at the
She
My Hero,
loves this anime. Loves this
there's
anime.
a fun pose you could do, and which I think you can see in it.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a scarf on. It's My Hero Academia, which everybody here gets one. And then special prizes for you listening or watching. We'll leave how you can get one as well. Okay, so at the beginning of this episode, we learned and we were debating if we want to call him Iku or Midoriya. Everybody calls him Midoriya, mostly.
I like Midoriya.
Midoriya. A little more formal, we'll go with the last name. Yeah. So, no quirk. Damn nabbit.
I know.
I feel so bad.
What do we think of this world of quirks? And the word quirk to define superpowers.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
I love it though. That's why I'm like, I feel like as a kid, I would have been obsessed with this show.
Immediately,
It almost
yeah.
gave me like a Pokemon feel too, where I'm like, they have their Pokemon and these other people have their quirks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Like, well, I would have been obsessed as a kid.
Yeah, because
7
it's all
years old.
bright and pretty. Everyone's doing all these crazy
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
No one's cute yet though.
Correction.
I need a cutie.
I was saying it was weird, like how they call it quirks.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
an interesting
quirky.
word.
Right?
Well, I wonder, I mean, I'm not a native Japanese speaker, but I wonder, like, how that word translates. Like, here, quirk is more just something weird about you, which...
Or cutesy sometimes.
Yes.
Like,
well, then you're quirky. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it works as, like, a way to define someone who is different and something unique about them. So,
Whether that's good or bad. And I think that
Yeah.
fits really well with quirk. And I think it also kind of catches on. Like, that's why it's like, oh, quirk. Like, what's your quirk?
Yeah.
Because everything's quirky.
Exactly.
The characters themselves look very quirky and eccentric.
Yeah.
So,
they do.
That's an understatement.
Question for the panel and all of you watching, listening. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're listening on iTunes, please leave a comment. So, would you risk it to get a power, but you could look funky? Because we did see some power people. We saw Mr. Sludge villain. Would you risk it and be like, yes, I want to get powers, but that could be an option?
Yes.
I would still do it.
I'd still do
Because I
it,
feel like
even if
everyone
I
is
look
going to
like-
look quirky, and who knows, hopefully my quirk would let me change something to where I like my quirk. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
exactly. Yeah.
Ollie?
It's so tough.
I know.
Because you can't control it. It's just whatever you get.
Conform
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
society.
I might wait and see if someone wants me to inherit their quirk.
Yes,
I
yes.
like
Just
that
to
answer.
play it safe.
Tony?
There we go.
Tony, our man in the booth?
Tony.
Would you risk it? He's like, I don't want to even comment.
All good.
I think I would do it because I would hope that your odds of getting a unfortunate one are slimmer. Because
Yeah.
most of them are like, okay, or it's interesting because like there's the wooded kind of one, and you're like, well, yeah, that's different, but that's not as horrible as the sludge one.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, like teleporting.
Darn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, please leave a comment. Anybody saying in the live chat, would they participate or any other fun stuff?
Lotus
I
Mouth.
see. Yep, I see some. So we got Lotus
Lotus
Mouth
Mouth.
said, I would so risk everything for a quirk.
Same.
Andre Drew, I would definitely risk it. Depends on the quirk and how it affects my body. No, you just said you risked it, so.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point of
It
the
is what it is.
And then,
So-
yeah.
All right, thank you. Leave comments if you're watching it later. So we get the kind of opening. We meet this character, and he is a huge All Might fan.
Yes.
Big.
Yeah.
And like watching that clip, how much do we like those flashbacks of him as a little kid watching that computer clip over and over and over?
It was almost borderline obsessive. Like
Yeah.
I almost felt bad for him, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I felt so bad.
I wanted him to have a quirk.
That
It
was kind of the point.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
But you know what though? When he's taking his notes, and let me know if you felt the same, I was like, oh, that's how he's gonna fight people later because he notices all their strengths and weaknesses and he can use that against them because he has all his notebooks. Alexis is like, ooh, knows, getting on something there. But I feel that's obvious and not overt for us, the viewers. Like,
yeah.
it's a convenient thing they point out that he does. Like, he notices the details, he writes it down, so when they find these people again, he could be like, well, these are the statistics of so-and-so. Like, in the train bit, he's like, what's going on? And the person goes, you're a fanboy, aren't you?
Right. It's one of my favorite moments of like, aw,
Yes.
you little butt.
So what do we think of that initial train scene? Like, that was kind of the way of our introduction to the world, and like, this is bad guys, so people became bad guys or heroes because you get paid for it.
I mean, I like it because it's not the usual, like, oh, it's just a bunch of people who save the world and everything's grand and awesome. It's like, no, it's a job, and it sucks if you're not in the spotlight and you're, like, it feels like it's a normal job that you have to kind of deal with and you have to be competitive with and things. Even though they are doing good things, I like that they're kind of like, oh my god, how am I going to eat later kind of thing.
And these people with the quirks are the celebrities of this world.
Yeah.
And you want to be a celebrity. You want that fame and glory.
Yeah.
So who was your favorite hero in the train bit? I will say I did love the play on words with Mount Lady.
Yeah, same.
Ass.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
I like
she was
you.
definitely my favorite.
But there are some other good ones too. Even
I liked Backdraft.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of the movie. I was like, wow, we went literal with that one. I really just want to be in the writer's room for that. They're like, what are we going to call this guy? He's like a firefighter, kind of. His quirk is water. And someone's just like, you know, Backdraft's kind of nice. I really like that movie. Have you guys seen that movie? Let's play it real quick. And they're like, yeah, all right.
but yeah, it's definitely a fun show that's already setting up like, oh, different ones and giving you a sample of them and how they work together or not. Yeah. Because then they steal the celebrity. Like, I'm going to get that bad guy for you.
Yeah.
Then we have I was like, oh, is any other bits before we get to a sludge villain that stood out?
No, it was just like so sad, but just so many funny moments, especially with like the doctor, and he's like, actually, but
That was so mean.
but his like even just with his cries, but like his laughs too. I'm like, like especially little Midoriya. But okay, I know I said that it reminded me of Pokemon, but now I'm like for sure it did because I just thought about the first episode. Matches the first episode of Pokemon where they're looking at the TV like all hyped up about this thing that they love. So never mind me, but yeah, it's just what I noticed.
I also think it's very interesting how they can tell when you're going to have a quirk because you have the regular two joints in your pinky toe, but if you have one, you get a quirk. I was like,
I was looking at my pinky toe.
who decided this? They're like,
well, some doctor
this guy, the pinky toe.
Let me see your pinky toe.
And it just sucks for him because both his parents have powers.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
His mom's is kind of a smaller power.
It's kind of
adorable. She's like, I could just do this the entire time. It's just, nothing big.
And the father can breathe fire.
Yeah.
So
sadly enough, he's not in the picture.
Yeah. Then, okay, so we get to our sludge villain. Ew.
Gross.
Which we also get our very usual to anime. We get some mouth penetration with a
Oh my goodness,
tentacle-ish
I was
thing.
like, wow, all right.
I was like, oh.
we have to have the one. Yeah.
And how did we like that fight scene?
I wasn't expecting that. For a second, like the way that it looked, I didn't know that he was suffocating him. Like I didn't know that it was in his mouth.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't want to believe that it was.
I
was like,
just like,
no. He's just like really tight in there, but it's like no, it's really tight in his mouth. So yeah, it was a lot.
We make adult jokes on this show.
We do.
Hey guys,
This
we're all
anime
adults
show.
here.
Yeah. Ollie, what'd you think of that? Villain and fights.
The sludge monster. Did he have a name?
On
villain?
IMDb, he's just called
Sludge
Sludge Villain.
Sludge villain. All
There
right.
we go.
Yeah, I love seeing all like the subtitles. They're just sludge villain.
Yeah.
And it really showed. Well, first off, he creeped me out.
Yeah.
So that really sets up. Okay, I want to see more of the big bads and the villains in this world.
Yeah.
And also just really showcased the animation of the sludge monster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's really like, all right, definitely piquing my interest.
Yeah.
But I need that sludge monster to be destroyed.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got
Straight up.
Well, that's when All Might comes to the rescue and shows up, and poor little Midoriya is like kind of out of it, but oh my gosh, it's him!
The fanboy that was happening in the scene makes me so happy. So she has like infinite like amounts of bowing. That animation was insane. I was just like,
So
back and forth, and then I was like, wow.
Also, which kind of spoilers because I got some info from the movie, but what did we think of the fact, and I mean some of you are probably ahead, but with All Might that his attacks have American place names. Like, it's Texas Smash!
right.
Detroit,
And Detroit.
Smash,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like, dislike, or
thought
whatever.
I thought it was cool, but I feel like sometimes in Japanese animation they sometimes do that where they'll kind of combine like certain American things and add a twist to it. So I was just like, interesting. Like almost the anime, it doesn't even seem like an anime. It seems like a little bit of comic, DC, Marvel mixed with anime and
and like kind
Incredibles.
of those, those cities kind of like are like, well, references to the Western influences.
Exactly.
Because I mean, and it's also, I feel like, is it set in Japan or?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like,
Yes, but I'm not sure if he's Japanese. I don't remember.
I was wondering
They
that
mentioned
too.
that
It's
was the
always
thing
tough
that was
with blonde
discussed.
hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's.
I feel that's something that gets
I like what it
addressed in the
said.
movie.
Yeah, I don't remember to be completely honest, but I mean he could be mixed. I have no idea.
Let us know, chat.
Yeah.
What do you
if
think?
If we do have that information.
Okay, so they have.
Westaboo. Is that what we're calling it now? I want to be called a Westaboo.
Me too. Sounds better than Jigaboo.
He is American.
Kid Annan says he is American.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I was like, I feel like that's why he uses American states and things
And he
and
speaks
cities.
English a lot, actually.
Quite, yes.
Even his uniform. is
Yeah.
Yeah,
blue
very
and red.
American. All right. So we get the epic ride in the air in his face.
Hilarious. I love it. He's
That
just
was
like,
so good.
what are you doing? Let go.
How did he get
I'll
there so
die.
quickly?
Okay, never mind. That's fine.
And that's any other thoughts on episode 1? That's pretty much it for 1.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, so we jump to episode 2, What It Takes to Be a Hero. So we're right on the rooftop. When we get there, we get to see All Might's true form.
Oh my god. What is that? What is that?
I was like, they couldn't think of anything else to draw.
What?
No, I think they really wanted to show you how drastic their his two
very
counterparts were,
drastic.
from being like this like creepy skeleton guy
I
to like this
love him.
hello.
I love his...
I was like,
It's literally if they took like Armstrong from Full Metal, and then I don't even know what kind of skeleton I'm thinking of off the top of my head. Anything with a skeleton, pretty much, and then just combine the two. Yeah.
The hair, the
I don't know.
eyes.
It's beautiful.
I love it so much.
It makes me
That's
so
when
happy.
I got more excited for the show. I was like, oh, his like glare face makes me so
Well, if I
happy.
see that in a dark alley,
I'm
I'm running.
running.
You know that he's not here to
But
save
I'm
you.
like, I'd be like,
You
no.
could kick his ass though. He's so proud. I also
Literally,
like-
you could just like kick him.
I also like that they kind of hint at it ahead of time, because you see him on the edge of frame in the convenience store be small and get big. So then the way he was like, I have a time limit and a nosebleed, it was like, oh, there's gonna be more to this. So it was a cool reveal. Side note, which we didn't really talk about episode 1, but a big point, our poor Midoriya gets bullied at school quite a bit.
All
which is
the
a
time.
big
I want to beat
theme.
those kids up.
Katsuki is the main bully on that one. So anyway, he finds the bottle, which I'm like, you get it. Yes, the line when he says, back to Midoriya, when he says, you're deflating. Yes, so much.
Basically.
And then that was a great reveal too. A toxic chainsaw. He had the attack 5 years ago. All the injuries. So he only
gruesome.
can be a hero 3 hours a day. Which I
Isn't that
agree.
insane?
That's
Is
crazy.
that consecutive 3 hours or like one?
That's
hour?
just
You
like
can split it up.
You can split it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that he knows that.
But could you do a 3 hour stint?
Yeah, he
Okay.
can do that. He
Yep.
can do both, as long as it's just you can tell that he's starting to deflate
Yes.
at that point in time, because
Yes.
the fact that he knows, I've used it for more than 3 hours, as in like
Yeah.
as a collective or as like straight through.
Yeah.
I kind of like that symbolism of deflating. It's kind of like deflating your ego in a sense.
No, yeah, and that's
Is that
exactly
like a-
what he is,
Yeah.
you know. And I feel like it's also kind of that same of like not personifying yourself, but like, you know, when you have to like
Yes.
be a certain person
Yeah.
in front of other people and then be like,
In front of,
oh
like-
my god, I'm
Yeah.
hot
Yeah.
now.
No, he
Take off
mentions
the
it
bra.
at the pool.
Yeah, that's exactly how I describe it. Of taking off your bra at the end of the day.
He describes it too. He's like, you know, when you're at the pool and you pose.
Yeah.
It's the same idea. Suck it in and look.
Basically.
I do like though that regardless of what bad cards he's been dealt, he is still noble and a hero.
Yes.
And it is my duty to do this. And also, kind of a good thing, gives Midoriya a slight reality check of like, good idea, kid, but it's dangerous to be a hero. You can't
Right.
just do this on a whim.
Why do you want to die?
Yes.
It's risky.
So here we go. A couple of the heroes, who were in the last one. Mount Lady, Kamui Woods, and Death Arms when the villain is attacking the town. Our new villain. And
I love that he's called Death Arms.
Yes.
It just makes me so happy.
Go Midoriya running to help with absolutely no plan, but remembers his notes. So, it is important.
Yep.
So, would you be a hero? The true test, which comes back later, would run to help.
No, like, yeah.
I think I
Obviously
would.
depends. I feel like there have been situations, I guess maybe it's because I have a little bit of extra confidence as a martial artist, so sometimes I do jump into things when I shouldn't be doing that, technically. But there have been moments, like, I had a friend who was getting in trouble at a bar and I had to jump in and got into a fight. Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, but if obviously...
Taking you with me.
Yeah, I mean, I got you, girl. But I know that there are also moments where, like, maybe there might be a weapon involved, or maybe it's a group of people. I'm not Jackie Chan here. Like, I can't sit there and take on, like, 10 people. So I feel like if you can assess it in a certain way, you can. But I also like that Midoriya doesn't care about that kind of stuff. I feel like he's like, my friend is in trouble.
He's a true hero.
No one's doing anything. I'm gonna try.
Yes.
And even though he didn't even think about the consequences.
It was just that adrenaline rush.
Yeah, which I think is noble of him, because the fact that anyone could just be like, oh, I want the heroes to take care of it. Instead of him, he's like, well, if no one's gonna help, I want to do it. Which I think is cool.
Yeah, And then it's funny because then he gets scolded by the heroes.
Well, you know.
But then Katsuki, who does nothing pretty much, gets praised. Good job, kid who got captured.
Yeah. Gave us something to do.
Yeah.
That goes along with kind of like not being in the spotlight because he has his quirk, whereas Midoriya, he doesn't really have anything.
Yeah. He's just a
And it
bystander.
made me feel bad because didn't they say something along the lines of like, don't get your dreams confused with reality? That kind of broke my heart because I feel like you want to make your dreams a reality. Like that's something it's okay to dream as long as you work for those dreams and you make them a reality, and don't let someone like say that about like your dreams, because that's really, it's like, no, it's so important.
And that's why I think All Might is a good role model for Midoriya, because the fact that he understands the reality of what your dream could entail, but there are better ways to take care of it instead of you just running into the fray. Let's take precaution but still keep that dream kid, you know. And I love that about him.
Then we get the scene with Midoriya, and he calls him Kachan, like his funny nickname.
Yeah.
And I'm all, issues much? Because he's all, yeah, you didn't save me. I didn't ask for your help.
Yeah, just to tell everybody who's watching the show for the
doesn't
first
get
time,
better,
he
I'm
does
pretty
not get better. That is exactly how he is for the next 3
gosh.
seasons. So.
Alright.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
He might slightly change here and there,
Yeah.
but like it's not
We need
drastic.
some development.
Yeah,
she was
there's a little bit.
you
There's
know
definitely development in the 2nd and 3rd season, but it's the personality deck does not change. He's still like a giant butthole. He is.
Some people. So then in the end, Midoriya, All Might, and won the thank yous, and then you were an inspiration. So there we go. It's a little bit of the get the dreams back, because you were an inspiration to me, the hero, and you can become a hero, and dreams can become reality.
That's right.
Boom. So yes, it's true. Then we get
said.
on to episode 3, Roaring Muscles, which is
I love this.
The
Before you-
Rocky
yes.
training scene episode.
Yeah, you have to have a montage.
Yeah.
That's what also made me remind me of older anime, because you get the cool montage.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat wanted to ask, are Axel5106, are you guys watching the dub or the sub or both?
that's a very good question. I am watching subtitled.
I'm watching the dub now because it is dubbed. When I watched it, it was all subs. So this is kind of different for me, also because Chris Abbott.
Yeah, exactly.
I love him. So I will support him, doesn't matter what it is. I will say that I think that the sub is a little better for me personally, because the fact that I feel like the voices fit the characters a lot more. The dub it sounds like an older person trying to become a child, and it's weird. Me personally. I'm not saying that the dub is bad,
He's
because
like 14, right?
yeah, he's like a teenager, but the guy sounds like he's 35.
I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I listened to it for just like a hot minute. I'm like, let's check it. And I sounds like he's in college.
Yeah.
Which I don't dislike the voice, but I'm like, that does not make me think a child. And there's moments where the English voice does get, and then it's high enough, but no.
But again, that's just my preference, though. I know some people who love the dub right now, and I think that that's great. But again, I also think that because I'm hearing Armstrong's voice for All Might, I feel like it just fits for me.
What about you two?
Well, okay, so I usually do like to do subbed, but I'm gonna do dubbed for this one. But you make me want to watch subbed, so it might
At least
change
try it. Just like at least try one episode. If you're like, nah, this isn't for me, go back to the
I'll try
dub.
the next 4 subbed.
Yeah.
Ollie?
I like how, because I was watching it on Hulu for the first 3 episodes, and I think I remember seeing that you have the option
You have
of
both.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for the 4th episode, I actually watched it on Crunchyroll, and I think it was only on subs. So I
Yeah.
got to see like both sides to it, but I think I'm gonna stick with dubs.
Dubs.
Yes,
Cool.
just for
Yeah.
now. I like to watch things if there's an option for a dub.
Yeah, of
definitely
course.
for the first initial time I'm watching it, just so I
you don't
kind
have
of
to-
got a better sense of knowing what's going on, and also just seeing how it is originally.
Yeah, because I
Especially in the
as a sub.
beginning.
yeah, especially because you want, instead of you like
You don't
looking
wanna
at the
miss anything.
subtitles the entire time and then you're
because
missing
then
what
you
the
get to
animation looks like.
appreciate. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So then we get the reference that All Might is a symbol of peace, and as you were saying, Ollie, inherit my power. What? This was such a cool reveal.
this.
Of,
Yeah.
like, wait, you can transfer a power. So his quirk was passed on, called the One for All, and it's kind of a buildup of power, which is super cool. And good life lesson line. He says to Midoriya, "You always start with denial." I was like, oh, that's a good, like, don't do that. Like, if someone tells you something, don't immediately be like, no, or this won't work, or whatever. Because that's what Midoriya is doing right now. Like,
Yeah.
let me find
I
an
mean,
excuse that this
yeah.
won't be okay.
Yeah.
So it's
hard
like,
to
thank
accept
you, All Might. Oh, lessons from anime.
Yeah.
And then, yes, we mentioned the training, which is so part. But that makes sense. He's like, your body actually has to be physically ready.
Right.
You know, get some muscles on that
Oh,
little
y'all
body.
ain't ready.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't ready.
It's
I know she knows what I'm talking about, but y'all
His
ain't
body's
ready.
gonna get bigger. Okay.
It gets stronger.
It definitely gets stronger.
There's some definition.
Was there some
Okay,
portion?
well,
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he needs to prepare the vessel, which makes sense. So it's 10 months of training. I'm like, all right, well that's a decent amount.
That's a lot of training.
It's not
Yeah.
like y'all gotta be ready by
like
next week.
next Friday.
Or a
Which has
month.
happened in anime before,
Yeah.
though. So
And I actually really like that it's a beach cleanup. You gotta clean up the
Yeah.
beach.
Community.
Hey,
also, can we talk about how dirty this beach was?
I know. I was like,
Who's just throwing washing machines just in the ocean?
ghetto.
Like, where are they falling off of? What is happening?
But then he does the thing which some people do when they're exercising too much, is he overworks himself, which you can't hurt yourself because then your body needs to repair, and then it's a
Yep.
bad cycle.
I love
But-
that he's a mumbler. Because when he's in class
I
and he's
don't.
trying to put all the things together, and everyone in class is just like, what the f-?
that would have been me
I
in
feel
class.
there
Like,
should be
what
another
the
word
heck is
than
he doing?
mumbling, because it's not like
It's not me. Because at first I said murmur, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's not correct. And then there's
yeah.
mumbling, because in my
Yeah.
head he's rambling, but
Muttering?
it's all muttering.
Muttering.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think muttering's
vocabulary.
better. Yeah, there you go.
We're smart in here.
Thesauruses. But yeah, I feel like his muttering is a really cool, I was gonna say quirk, part of his personality that I think that really shows how much he also retains information, but at the same time just spits
And
it back out at you.
internalizes things.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I love it.
He cleaned the beach and more, so he's going to entrance exam. When he talks about, does anybody on the panel and viewers, did you feel like it was cheating to be like, well, here are powers? It's like, no, stop. You worked hard for this. You
Yeah.
earned it. Other people got it. You wanted it so bad. Just accept it and be like, I earned it.
Well, I feel like technically other people didn't earn their powers either.
That too.
They're born with it, so
Yeah.
they
They
just
got
have
lucky.
it, and they
Just
have
like
to
the
learn to practice.
Kardashians.
They were born. They were born with them powers, and it just kind of worked out that way. But like,
Yes.
I feel like it's kind of the same. He's getting. I call it like he's having like a rebirth, kind of, where he's evolving into
Yes.
his superhero self.
Yeah, well, he definitely worked for it, and for him to not to jump into the heat of action in the last episode, not having a quirk, I think he definitely earned it. That
Yeah,
showed
for
sure.
his true.
Also, can we talk about that glow up though? From his like skinny little crying self to like, ah!
The camera panning up, and I was like,
Oh, back
okay,
muscles.
Midoriya.
Okay.
I was like, dang, Midoriya.
Which I was like, damn, 10 months, man. Get it,
looking
boy.
like a buffet.
Yeah, right? I got an actual
was
buff
like,
and then
Yes.
Maybe a snack for now.
yeah, because he's also underage.
He cleans a whole
right.
beach. Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
I
way
was
to-
like, he's a teenager.
Take it back.
But
Rewind.
he's also animated, so it's fine.
Anyway,
Okay. Anyway, so the good point of how to get the hair, get the DNA. He has to get DNA to get the power, and then it's hair. I'll admit I had a few other. I'm like, well, there's other ways you could get DNA. Just saying.
Just take your hair.
Yeah.
Take your hair. Do you remember the comedian that we saw at Anime Expo?
Yeah,
Where it's like, if this ever happened in real life, where it's like, hey kid, you want to eat some of my hair? You'll get superpowers. You're like, no. Stay away from me, demon.
So I was kind of like, oh, well, I don't know why you freaked out so much. If someone just said, if that's the only bit of DNA I had to eat, consume,
don't know
I'm all hair, whatever.
That was some
just
thick
make sure
hair.
you crumble it
Right,
so you
that's
don't.
long. That was a long.
Yeah, so you don't choke it. But
Are you
anyway.
gonna bake it into something?
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat that straight. The
We have fun thoughts here. Anyway, so the
We're all adults here.
entrance exam. So also the fact that nothing happened to him via the bully from the incident with the sludge villain. So yay, that kind of meant interesting. And he goes, I met a girl.
That was so cute. Oh, it was so cute.
Oh,
It's adorable.
So cute.
Because he's always being made fun of, so he doesn't get to have friends. So,
Yeah.
I like it.
So the present Mike, that was an interesting translation for his name. I was like, okay. And him talking about the test rundown. So 1, a true hero is someone who overcomes life's misfortunes. Also good life motto there.
Yeah.
And the school motto also, go beyond plus ultra. So that's the end of episode 3. All right, episode 4. This is where it really picks up, and I was
Yes.
enjoying it much more because it's like, oh, other superpowers.
More
It's
action.
a superpower thing. You want more stuff.
Yeah.
So it's called Start Line. So the hero course, they point out less than 1 in 300 students who apply are accepted, and it's a 10-minute mock battle. How fun would that be as your test, right?
I mean, yeah, that looks
If
dope.
you got powers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, can I get that physical test, please? Yes.
That's it, though. I don't want the written test, though.
Yeah.
I always like the exams or like tournaments in anime because
Yeah.
it's like that's when it starts to get real. So you get to learn about everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My fave.
So who thought that, at the very beginning they mentioned, oh yes, there's this giant thing. Don't touch that one. 0 points. Who thought that was suspicious?
I actually didn't the first time I
thought it was
watched it.
suspicious
Did
for
you?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely was
Ollie?
just
I
like,
didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, same. I was just like,
like,
all right, cool.
Yeah?
Don't worry about that big guy. Let's get them points, Midoriya. You can do it. Fighting.
Please leave comments. What did you think? And as soon as it was rescuing her, my note was called it because oh come on, there has to be more to it because come on, a true hero test is, and they point out it's the spirit of self-sacrifice.
Yep.
But again, it really speaks to this world, like we were talking about earlier, of how money and fame and fortune.
Yes.
So it's like, ooh, points, so I can get ahead. But
Yep.
it's also people forget what the whole point of being a hero is.
Yep.
Yeah.
How disturbing and awesome and crazy it is when he goes to fight and breaks both his legs and his right arm, and it's like.
That's not gonna be the last time.
No, I doubt it. Yeah, I bet there's plenty gonna be more. I thought it was so ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
it
kind of
gets
grossed out, to be honest.
Ollie, did it gross you out?
Spoiler alert.
It's not really, because I mean,
It reminds, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Heroes with Claire, Hayden Panettiere's character.
okay.
How she's like a rag doll. She's
The
indestructible.
regenerative
Yeah.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
except he's powerful. He can smash a freaking robot.
He
So.
doesn't regenerate, by the way.
Well,
That's true, he does
doesn't?
not.
no. Also,
Oh.
spoiler.
Wait,
But I mean,
Wait, no, that's it. That happens. He doesn't regenerate. The nurse helps him.
yes.
Oh,
Which
that's
I love
right.
her.
Oh, that
He doesn't do
yeah,
it
yeah,
himself,
yeah.
which we'll
The
get to that.
nurse?
Yes.
Oh, I love the
I
nurse.
love the
So-
nurse. She's
so
my
cute.
favorite.
The one, also, I like that it's just the girl because she doesn't have a name yet. Because also, she didn't
You're
introduce
gonna,
herself.
yeah, you'll get
I
one
know,
later.
but, so I like that she helps him out with the slap because she can hold things. It's like smack. That was just amusing. And then there's a line here of yeah, we need to work on those leaky eyes.
Oh yeah, he cries a lot. You guys, he's a very
He's my little baby. I
It's-
love
yeah,
him.
I just want to hold him and
Me
speak.
too.
It's okay.
Brush his hair.
So yes. So he meant his curly hair, which we all were like, I don't know if curly is the right word.
Is that
but
the word?
We just can't see it. It's not defined.
yeah, he needs to go get it done. dude.
Yeah, no, for real.
right.
Get that perm.
Keratin treatment.
So yes, the nurse is the youthful heroine, the recovery girl, and I like that it's a kiss.
Oh, it's
Yes.
so nice. It's just
I love the
it's
little old
big
lady.
old, it's big lips.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
But I kind of figured there must be something like that because we have all these destruction powers. There must be healers out there.
Yes.
Always a healer.
Yes, yes,
And I
yes.
love that she's this little lady. Hey, what's up, kid?
She's main healer for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, so then we jump a week later. His mom, which we haven't seen, she's so worried for him, which is adorable,
She's
and they're
cute.
waiting.
I love her.
And he's still kind of training though, so it's good for him. He doesn't know if he's in yet, but he's still like, I'm gonna train. And All Might, the message he gives via the video was so funny. And yeah, he's working at UA now, and he gets 60 rescue points, and the girl wanted to offer her points too,
She's
which
so
was sweet.
She
But
wants
he's-
it.
yeah.
I love her.
She wants it.
Ooh, they're 14, y'all.
She
14-year-olds
wants
can
it.
get it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's when
mean,
you're going through
all right.
puberty.
Yep,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
that's
hormone
what it is.
changes.
So he gets in via his rescue points. It's not just graded on villain points. So yay! All right. So those
That's
are
why Todori's such a
episodes 1
butthole.
through 4. Okay, we're gonna do our special news-ish segment.
So excited.
So we went to Anime Expo, and I'm grabbing we did a lot of
did
interviews.
so many things.
I got
Yes.
helped by Jaimie and Alexis.
Yes.
And okay, so we want to give a special shout out to all the wonderful people we interviewed. I'm like,
Yes, you guys were awesome.
Okay, fine, it's not there. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, Alexis, what were some of your highlights that you liked on those?
Highlights. We did a lot of things. I know that I really loved seeing the Crunchyroll HQ. I'm glad we got to catch it the last day, so we got to see the host club and see the layout, and we got to hang out, and it was really, really cool seeing just like these guys and gals in full
They
getup.
were great.
Full getup and
Yes,
in
okay.
character, and like having people sit down and give them food and things. I loved that. I loved the Relax with Rila Kuma. That was
Yes.
fantastic. Relax with Rila Kuma was like a first time ever in Expo history of people coming to a hotel, and then you go to a floor and there's an entire room pretty much. And you get to go in there. You have bean bags, tea, water, soda, cookies, freshly baked cookies, by the way.
Oh, my goodness.
And they have massage tables back there, so you can schedule for a free
Super
massage, and someone will sit there and like masseuse like little
Oh my goodness, get all the
take out
knots?
the knots. But yeah, because it was 114 out that day, so if you want to go in where there's AC, free water, and snacks, it was great.
It was a totally free event as well. So here we go. Some of our highlights, and these are in order that they happened.
Yes.
So no order of preference, just how we got to them, which was great. We got to talk with Wacom, Clip Studio, and Clip Studio Paint, and Epson. So that one's a software printer, and
You did that, right, Jaimie?
yes.
Yeah.
Animal software that. So you can watch that one. So if you're into animation and drawing, they are a great video on that. I spoke with my friend Udahime, who cosplayer, and
She was
also a person of color cosplayer. So we talked a little bit about that kind of stuff. Interviewed Mari Okada, who's the director of a new upcoming film, and that one was a great interview. Also, we went to the My Hero Academia Funimation party. Anime Please booth. It's a clothing booth. They have a lot of fun stuff. Alexis got a All Might t-shirt. You should post a picture and tag it.
Oh yeah,
And
I'll
then,
do. Well,
yeah.
I have my other shirts too. My Deku shirt and my just the All Might. Wait.
We're next week.
There we go. What next week?
Whatever.
NCT Solomar. They are a video game dating games, which that was very
Yo,
fun
that
and
thing was
entertaining.
awesome.
And I horribly played a game, but you can watch that. It's kind of
fun.
It's a good game. I just was not really great.
Wait
at
a
it.
minute. What about the VR sex thing?
Oh,
Please talk about that.
We'll get to
Please
that.
talk about that.
We will get to that. Okay,
We will talk about that later.
Interview. We talked with Nutaku, who I'm wearing that shirt right now. It says
Yes,
Hentai is
so
art.
cute.
So they're an adult video game service, and they were very nice people. And interview, we talked to Viz Media about everything they had going on. We had Ezra Weiss, who came in for Be the Beginning. So Crunchyroll HQ tour, which show you all that was going on there, which was great. Brianna Knickerbocker, who was also here for Be the Beginning. We did a Japan Crate booth tour, which was really fun. And they're also in the Funimation video as well. The Pack Set, which is a Travel Japan company. I went with them when I went to Japan. They're amazing, so we talk a lot in depth in that. Verve, their art gallery they had.
That was so cool.
that was cool.
Gorgeous, and that's did some photos for horror movie news because they had some horror artwork up. Then Crunchyroll Premium Reward Area, they had a reward area set up, so we talked with them.
The best pins.
Myth, which is a burlesque, magic, and comedy show. Amazing. Cool. We talked with a bunch of the performers with that and the producer, the Rila Kuma experience. We talked with Frances Delgado, a friend of mine. She's a figure expert, and she had a lot of information on, figures and collecting and how to spot fake ones. We also went into the Faku booth. Some of you may know that name, also an adult. They do games, they do books,
Their figurines are
skateboards,
so
figures,
cool.
shirts, all that. We talked about that.
Yeah.
We also talked with representatives from Aniplex, Akibento, another box service. Bluefin, they make gorgeous figures. We've talked about them in here. They had a Gundam booth. And K-Lab Games. So quite a few. If you go to the AfterBuzz Animation channel, there's a whole playlist that's Anime Expo. So those were awesome. We loved everybody we talked to. Thank you so much to all of them. And so Japan Crate, we got that. We'll go over to the single. So this one, they had a special Japan Crate Anime Expo 2018 box. So, if you go to specific cons, they'll have special ones. So I'm going to open this, and we'll try to tilt it. And we're going to do a more unboxing specific thing. I love, right now, here's a little puggy coin purse. So this is a box that combines all of the boxes all the boxes they offer. So there's ramen, there's snacks, there's beauty stuff, and they also have a nice little flyer too, breaking it all down for you. So make sure to check out Japan Crate, and we mentioned them with the My Hero Academia box they had as well. So maybe we might try to get one of that. Talk to you all about it. So tune in to if you're already here on the AfterBuzz TV animation channel. We're gonna do a live video unboxing and breaking down all the items in here. So, all right. So that covers all of that, and we'll do our other special segment, our word of the day. Yes. So our word of the day, I felt is appropriate and it's kind of comedic, and if you didn't know, it's kind of fun to know. So his name is Midoriya. Green is Midori. So Midori, you might know it as alcoholic beverage as well. So Midori means green. So it's M-I, I'm like, me, hold on now, I gotta write it. I'm like, yeah.
I-Y.
That's Midoriya.
Yeah, without the
Midori.
Y.
So it's more like Midori.
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 Yay! So now you know green, and so it's funny his name is part of his name is green. So I thought that was adorable.
Yeah, it's cute.
All right, so let's do some quick predictions.
Oh my goodness.
So
I can't predict.
I know, right?
I feel like I'm gonna be doing this for a lot of the animes. I'm like,
I know, that's why y'all need to not get ahead. Well,
I know it's hard.
did.
It's hard. I just like it.
Yes. And then actually that is for people who are new to our show, we only watch the 4 at a time. I know it's hard not to binge. I know. Trust me. That's why I binge some other shows. I've been watching Attack on Titan, and oh my gosh.
What do I tell you guys? It's so good.
It's so good. Read the manga because it's past where the show is. So
I know.
Yeah.
Shush though, with the spoilers. It makes me
Not
angry. Yeah.
So yes, please, when you are joining in the chat or leaving comments, do not get ahead. Ollie and I are absolutely fresh on this show. Have not watched any episodes beyond what we say we're doing here, and our other
I'll
panelists
stop.
will not get ahead.
I've only seen like 4 more episodes. So.
I'm like, Ollie should predict on this one.
So Ollie, let's have you lead predict right now.
Okay. Yeah. And
Or what are things you want to see too?
I want to see more of the heroes that we were introduced to in the first episode.
Yes.
Or was it the first episode? I think that was a nice little foreshadowing of like what's to come. It's like these guys are coming back, I hope. Especially Mount Lady. She was badass.
Yeah, she's cool.
I think, I don't know the girl's name because it wasn't revealed yet.
Yeah.
Right?
You'll get it
I
next
think
episode.
her and Midoriya are going to have some kind of thing, or maybe a really close friendship because it's really too quick to like kind of ship them, I think.
Too early.
They might fall in love really quickly.
It's a little too predictable.
Well, it's too soon from what we already saw. All she did was say hello, and that could just be taken as friendly.
I'll just
I
say
think-
the fans are shipping them.
Oh, yeah.
The show
I
is
bet,
not doing
yeah.
that, but the fans are doing it. So yeah.
And last thing, I think that I can, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I think Midoriya, he still has a lot to learn and a lot to. He still needs to control his power and understand how to utilize it. And I think one of his strengths while learning to do that is like what you guys brought up was his note taking and his how well he is able to take in information and remember that stuff because there's just so many heroes to evaluate.
Yeah. I want to see more development with Midoriya because I feel he has a lot of potential to be a good and true and amazing hero that he wants to be. But it's almost like he needs to calm down a little bit or focus. He needs to channel and focus that energy he has, which is great. The enthusiasm is amazing. But it's like, all right, we need to focus and learn. And I think it's going to be a while before he really gets these powers figured out. But also, they're brand new. These people grew up with them. That's like right now, if you got thrust into doing something and compared to somebody who did it from a baby.
Right.
Kind of obvious that like
baby.
it's gonna take some time. I'm down with the shipping him with our new girl. I do think it's way too early to tell with these first 4, but I can get fans shipping that. Be like, yeah. But maybe it'd be interesting to have some other kind of dynamics come into that.
Yeah.
Our grumpy glasses guy, I think is gonna.
I like him.
I do too.
He's cool.
He's awesome.
Did we get his name yet?
No,
Okay.
we don't get any of the
no
other
names.
names. Yeah,
We got glasses guy. We got girl. We got.
I think a lot of people usually call her Gravity Girl is what they call her.
Okay.
So that's even though she has a name and people will call her by that name. A lot of people also go by like their powers.
A lot of people did her cosplay
Oh yeah, it's so good.
in her uniform.
And her quirk is to control gravity, or like.
It's more like floating kind
Okay.
of, where she can, if she touches you, you'll float automatically. but then she can also release, which is having you drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of controlling, but at the same time not at the same time.
Yes. Okay. So we have so much more to talk about. So stay tuned for next week. Be sure, first of all, to follow ABTV Anime. We'll post way more stuff on that. And everybody, where can they find you? Ollie.
Hey guys, I'm Oliver Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer, and I'm gonna go to Comic-Con this week. I'm so excited. So if you guys are there, hit me up. I'd love to meet you all, and it's gonna be amazing.
I believe in you.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
I'm Jaimie Gray. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimie Gray.
And I'm Alexis Torres. You guys can find me hiding in my apartment from Comic-Con
gosh.
this year.
No, the internet.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not going to be touching my phone pretty much until like everything's out. But anyway, you guys can find me at HWise890. Also check out Kari and I on the Winona Earp show that premieres on Friday. So you'll see the after show, and then
On Sundays.
On Sundays, and then Voltron actually comes back on August 10th. So if you love more animated things, you should check us out on AfterBuzz TV Animation for the Voltron after show.
Sweet. And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And be sure to tune in to ABTV Animation. We'll be doing a live stream video of the unboxing. If you're watching this later, you'll see it on there. And then check out our videos from Anime Expo. They are super fun. We toured a lot of booths, interviewed a lot of people, and it's make you have the experience as if you were there.
Yeah.
And I will also be at Comic-Con, so hit me up.
exciting.
Definitely gonna be having a fun time trying to navigate the craziness.
Oh, yeah.
Taking lots of pictures.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Sayonara!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.